guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So here we have Android 16 and Android 18. Now, I really want to try and keep an open mind when going into this showcase. I think that they're actually really quite bad, but let me just try and give them a fair shot before we actually really go crazy. It's just, with this character, right, we're comparing them to characters like Raccoon and Goldo, Androids 19 and 20, Heart Virus Goku, who are like supremely powerful characters who are on the level of Dokkan Festival exclusives. And then like this character right here, I don't foresee them being that impressive. So we're going to rainbow them. We're going to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken them. Now let's go ahead and get them to full link level 10, and let's see if they can be any good or not. Alright guys, so we are here in an event with Android 16 and 18 here. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this unit. The 7th anniversary definitely has brought insane levels of power creep to the game, right? Like, global players, you guys should be able to see like how crazy some of these like newer characters like are feeling, right? Like the AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? Like, these characters are just so busted. Characters prior to the 7th anniversary that sort of had that power creep, though, the Tech Androids and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Kid Buu, those feel like post-anniversary characters to me, right? Now, I think 16 and 18, you'll be able to get uses out of them at the very least because, I mean, they are on some rather limited teams, right? They're on the Androids Cell Saga, they're on Androids, Join Forces, and Target Goku. So, like, especially on, like, some Android setups, you know, you could definitely make good use out of them. But it's like, ah, man, look at this rotation. So, we're at 221k defense at the start. They get 50% attack and defense on their super attack effect, which is good. 160% attack, 180% defense start a turn. Then they get 100% more attack and defense. The higher HP they have, the greater the stats buff. I'm going to put them in slot 1 just like this. They get a medium chance of being super effective against all types if there's a super class ally. Which, I mean, you're going to be running... This is a villain character. The 16 and 18, they are a villain. So you're going to be running them with extreme class characters. You don't really need to worry about the super effective against all types anyway. The most important part of this unit is this very unfortunate aspect right here. They have a medium chance, which is a 30% chance of guarding if there's another extreme class ally attacking in the same turn. You're probably going to naturally hit that always, but... Dude, medium chance. This unit would have been fine. I don't know why it couldn't have just been they guard with an extreme class ally on the rotation. They did not guard right here. I don't know. Like, I just don't think there's any argument against that. If this character guarded with an extreme class ally, they'd be really good. And they would really help Cell. Because Cell just need, like... Cell is a super top tier character, right? And I wish that they would, you know, the difference between, like, Captain Ginyu, and, well, I mean, I was gonna say, and then, like, Raditz and Cell, I do feel, like, very icky even saying Raditz's name anywhere near Cell and Ginyu, who are both incredibly amazing designed units, right? But Ginyu got a ton of direct, perfect help. That's why Ginyu is so good, is because you have everything you need to make him good. Characters like Cell does not. He does not have what he needs to make him good, which hurts him quite a bit. Alright, so we have 16 and 18, pretty much their best friend here, the LR androids. So, I mean, now we're up to 287k. I mean, this is definitely a solid rotation. The thing about 16 and 18, let's see what their link set is. So they have Android Assault, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, and Tough as Nails. Both interesting links. Soul vs. Soul, and then Fierce Battle. The thing about Cold Judgment... Okay, I don't know if it would really work, but, like, I do wonder... Let me pull up Android 16 real fast. Not the shitty Banner Unit one, who is just abysmal. I'm talking about the relatively recent Super Strike character, because it's like... Let's pretend that this 16 and 18, they don't get their guard to pop. Right? We're just going to go under that assumption. I mean, if we compare them with that Int 16, who potentially could guard and then also have damage reduction, these two as a rotation would be very powerful. and we'd be activating Tough as Nails, which is, again, very sexy, 20% defense, 5% damage reduction. They'd have Android Assault, 2 key and 20% defense, and Soul versus Soul is 2 key, 5% attack and defense. So they could do a little bit. This unit, you know, with some of these, you know, links like Android Assaults, Fierce Battle, you know, I guess the solid support, the tech androids, Future 17, 18, they have solid support, right? I believe they do. Let me just double check that. They don't. Okay. Alright, well, let's just see what we get on this turn. We have, this is an insane turn for 16 and 18. The amount of support is just crazy. Now, this character does not build up or anything like that, right? We've pretty much explained the gist of them. So the last part about them, besides their guard, no guard, of course. Let's see if we can get the card to pop, like, even once in this video. 3.59, I would take that. If this was a turn they were guarding, I would take that 3.59 attack set so fast, dude. I really would. They didn't even finish him. Come on. I would take it so fast if they were guarding. Now, the last thing they do is they give all allies 34% attack and 16% defense if there's a superclass enemy. And then all allies get 18% attack and 34% defense if there's an extreme class enemy. I hate that they don't give key. I don't understand why they don't. That you could have just added 2 key to that ability, and that would have been very good, very helpful for this unit. This is a very poor designed character, but I do think Rainbowed Link level 10, this character is going to give you, like, if we would pull open, like, the Android team real fast. Let me just go to the Android team real quick here. So, like, we just pull up the Android team. You go through, like, this roster, 16 and 18, are they better than LR Super 17? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like 16 and 18, you know, a lot of it is relying upon guard or them not being hit very much, but you're probably a little bit safer using them than some other options that are around. I'm gonna no item Omega with Cell's team, and 16 and 18 will definitely be on that run. I might even use them to try and no item Broly as well. I think probably. So it's like they just could and should have been a lot better, but I think they can have their uses. Okay, let's just go. Let's do a couple more runs. You know, they don't really have build up and stuff like that, so there's not really a lot of difference in what they'll be doing. So we'll just sort of see some different turns, some different stats that they'll be able to get. All right, guys, now we're going up against an extreme class enemy. Here we could see their stats will be slightly different. We should actually have a little bit more defense. This is good because we had this exact same rotation in the last run against a super class enemy. Now we're going up against an extreme class enemy. At the moment, them giving less attack and more defense against an extreme class enemy is good, because that means they'll be more effective in the current red zone. I mean, who knows? I actually do like this. The whole setup of the red zone, I think, is beautiful. I have no issues with the red zone at all. Nothing besides the 3 attempts per day. That is my only concern with the red zone. But I think a good way to do it, you know, they could still do collection of epic battles, stages, and infinite drama history and all types of stuff. But I think creating new red zones is a really cool way, right? Because, you know, that would be, like, I think, just an awesome, because you could do red zones around so many different arcs and stuff like that, right? Super, like, you know, you could do all the Z fighters, right? You know, each have stages for, like, you know, a super class Android Cell Saga red zone, right? Which ends with, like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or something like that, you know? Just saying. Okay, so we're at 231k defense. Yeah, but at the current moment, they're going to be giving that extra defense in the red zone where it matters most, which is really what I want. Them giving the extra defense, I think, is definitely more helpful than the extra attack, I think. All right, so let's see what stats they get. Again, there's not really too much variation to them. It's like, you know, these are generally like the attack stats we're probably going to hit, right, in some of these red zone stages. We're seeing their defense a lot of times is going to be, you know, well past 300k, but it's like that's not enough. Like, what about, you know, what is their defense, like what is their guard ability going to look like, right? So I will use them frequently in the red zone, probably with some of these teams. Like, if I'm going to do an Android Cell Saga, like sort of like super or extreme class build, right, with the androids, this unit you probably do want to run them on there for sure, right? Oh, we could do this? Dude, I'm gonna do this. What? Get this in the let me get this in the video. This is so uncommon. Get exchange Android 16 out? Sure. By the way, I'm probably gonna do 200% videos for most of these characters individually. Keep in mind that 16 and 18, they are on a 200% leader skill right here on cells, and I do want to individually look at a lot of these other characters. So May is going to be very busy. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos over this next month, seeing how strong individually a lot of these characters look, right?
やるじゃないか。16号。戦う時が来たのだ。孫悟空と出会う前。
Alright, so we got Android 16 out, dude. This is a pretty uncommon character to see, right? Let's just go ahead and get his 18-key super attack. So right now, there's a lot of discussion between the community. Who could EZA, right? Is it going to be physical LR Cell, AGL Gohan in LR Cell, or maybe this, 16, 17, and 18? Honestly, like, most of them could be really good to ease. Like, I would okay. AGL Gohan would be probably like the most hype, right? Because it's Gohan, right? But like any of the 3 androids EZing, I actually would be okay with. I would much prefer a Cell to help out. Dude, this Cell right here, this perfect Cell, is like actually like a top 10 unit in the game. Like he's right there. Like he's so good. But they gotta support him. Like he needs help, right? Like Kid Buu. Kid Buu and Cell, I feel like you might be able to just sort of like argue various points about which one is better. But just the fact that Cell is like right there with Kid Buu shows how good he is, right? Because we know how good Kid Buu is. Both characters, Kid Buu and Cell, they need the help. Come on. We gotta give them something, dude. Okay, so on this rotation, we'll be able to have Android Assault and Fierce Battle active. We got a huge amount of support here, right? 19 and 20, as well as Second Form Cell, are giving us just a gargantuan amount of support. Let's go ahead and see how much damage 16 and 18 do. I would love at least one time in this video for them to hit the guard, but we'll see, right? Like, if they want to just hit this guard whenever, that would certainly be very helpful, right? Like, guarding, guess what? Guarding is good. Additional supers will help them a lot as well, because if they additional super, they're getting the extra 50% defense from their super attack effect, too. Okay, so that right there does prove that. So, one thing about 16 and 18, people have told me they do this beforehand, but we just saw it right there. They can activate their guard mid-turn. Now, I believe before I was thinking that Namek Goku was able to do that, because years ago, I saw him do that repeatedly, where he's not guarding at the start, but then he starts guarding, like, halfway through the turn. But I think that's just Namek Goku as an STR unit was attacked by a physical type unit, which counted as guard and then activated as passive. STR Ultimate Gohan will work that same way. But 16 and 18, I think it's because of the fact that their guard, it's a medium chance of guarding with another extreme class ally attacking in the same turn. So it's checking, I think, every single time the unit gets hit, right? So what that means is, even if you're not guarding right away, they can guard halfway through the turns. That alone makes this character much better than almost all of us were thinking. That I really do think that does matter, because it's like, you're not... Okay, so let's say a turn starts against, STR Sin Shenron, because I think 16 and 18 will be very good against Omega, but his second phase is STR. If you are forced for them to have to take 3 hits, you have a good chance of that guard popping, the second attack, maybe the third attack, right? Before your HP completely whittles down. That is very good, the fact that they guard. They can guard mid-turn. It's per attack. It still could be pretty bad. It still could take a little while for that guard to pop, but if it does, they should be looking pretty good. Okay, so that, I feel much better about this character after using them. They still don't feel really as good as a lot of these other recent banner units, but that is a very helpful thing that they do. The fact that they can guard mid-turn. It's not like the turn starts and they have it or they don't. It's more like UI Goku's dodge or something like that, where you might get it like each attack. So that's good. That's good. All right, guys, I feel like we can go ahead and get a turn or two, and then we will finish up. Let me know what you guys are feeling about this Android 18 and 16. You know, I didn't feel like there's really any way to tell from their initial info at a glance, right? Like just on paper, that their guard will be able to activate every single hit. But that does make me feel much better. Let's see if we can see it activate right here. So no guard, no guard, no guard. Okay, that would be a bet. If that's STR Sin Shenron, we lose, right? We're dead. But you know, if we can, you know, get that guard to proc, you know, the second or third hit, give them full additional so that they're like a floating character, I think they potentially could be solid. They could be even a lot better if we'd have like Cold Judgment and Tough as Nails activated. Actually, I think Androids like the EZA 14 and 15, they have both Tough as Nails and Cold Judgment, right? Let me do one more run. Yeah, they do. They're not on the team though. That's the issue. Who has which Android characters on the team have Cold Judgment? None. I don't think there's any Power Absorption or Android/Cell Saga characters. We'd have to bring like AGL Trunks. So I guess we bring like in Android 16 and then AGL Trunks, like pop those two links. If only 14 and 15 were on the team, right? That would help a lot, because then we could see what Android 16 and 18 look like on the 200% leader skill with that. But again, 14 and 15 are one of the few Android characters that are not represented on Cell's leader skill, right? Remember, Cell is Android/Cell Saga specifically, and then Power Absorption. Android 13 is on Power Absorption, but that's because he absorbs, you know, parts from 14 and 15. You know, they don't absorb anything, so they're not on Cell's leader skill, which is a bummer, because they would be very good, at least in making 16 and 18 look good. So this is probably like their best rotation right here. We could have almost everything activated with a huge amount of support. Let's just go ahead and see what attacks that they get right here. After this, I would like to just get at least one turn with us having like Tough as Nails activated and Cold Judgment, and then we'll finish up. So let me know what you guys think of 16 and 18. They're definitely solid. They're definitely much, much better than I gave them credit for. But I think a lot of that is the fact that that guard can proc. Because it's like, you know, they could get to some reasonable defensive stats for sure, but it's not enough in red zone. You need to be dodging, guarding, or have damage reduction or something in red zone if you're not going to have 800k plus defense or something like that, or at least like 600k. Because remember, if you're going against Broly, right? Let's say you're going against AGL Broly. If you have 600k defense and AGL Broly supers you, you're taking 600k damage, right? Guard, damage reduction, dodge are so essential against these major bosses. Although you can't dodge Broly, right? Alright guys, so we're here on a rotation where we'll be able to activate a lot of these big defensive links. So yeah, 367k defense. This is a turn where we will have every link activated except for solid support. That's the only link we aren't going to have activated. What's funny is how well Trunks works. AGL Trunks does work well with a number of these Android characters, right? With like Shocking Speed, Messenger from the Future, Cold Judgment, Fierce Battle. It's like Trunks links better with a lot of the Androids on the team, almost than he does a bunch of the Super Saiyan characters, right? Like Super Vegeta, the Gokus and Gohans and stuff like that. I mean, that's, you know, a consequence of them giving Trunks Shocking Speed over Prepare for Battle, but I mean, this is not bad right here. Nearly all links, 367k. If some top tier like Android character would come out that would have like Cold Judgment and Tough as Nails, this could be interesting. I mean, you know, if you're rocking in the red zone with defense like that and then they super attack, you know, giving them another 50% from their super attack effect, they're looking pretty good. And then, you know, potentially throughout the turn, we could then activate the guard too, right? The guard could potentially activate. So I actually do like this unit quite a bit more after having used them and then sort of like found out that guard mid-fight is the way it pops, which is again very helpful. So yeah, 16 and 18 actually looking kind of solid. I mean, I can foresee probably several deaths in the future for me, where this unit just decides not to guard ever, and then they eat a big super attack from like STR Sin Shenron or something like that. But they seem quite a bit better than they initially appeared on paper, which is definitely very good. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at Android 16 and 18. Let's take a look at their details. All right, so this is Life and Death Battle, Android 16 and Android 18. Remember that this is an extreme class unit. This is a villain unit. Their leader skill is the Android category key 3 and 130% of stats. Their super attack is the Double Annihilation, which greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, so 50% buff, and then does supreme damage to the enemy. Their passive skill, Battle Between Good and Evil, which is funny since it's implying they're good, but they're extreme class characters, right? I love that. They get 160% attack and 180% defense at the start of turn. Then they get 100% attack and defense extra. The more HP remaining, the greater the stats boost. They have a medium chance, that's going to be a 30% chance, to be super effective against all types if there is a super class ally attacking in the same turn. I think for the most part, you're probably not going to see that occur. That should work similarly, I would believe, to their guard ability. So every attack, I believe it could potentially proc, right? And then once it's procced, I believe it should be for the remainder of the turn. And then they get a medium chance, a 30% chance to guard if there's another extreme class ally attacking in the same turn. You're definitely going to be going for the guard more often. As a villain character, and of course a lot of the Android category and a lot of those Android characters are mostly villains. So you will always be going for the guard more so than like potentially super effective against all types. But we would see, right? Then they give all allies 34% attack and 16% defense if there's a superclass enemy, and then all allies get 18% attack and 34% defense if there's an extreme class enemy. So, I mean, you know, you're going to have extreme class allies, and you're going to be fighting extreme class enemies in the toughest stages in the game, Red Zone. So you will have the medium chance to guard and then the extra defense from their passive. But the fact that that guard can proc, like, every hit is definitely good. Very, very good. Their links are Android Assault, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, Tough as Nails, Soul versus Soul, and Fierce Battle. I mean, it definitely works, right? If there was better characters, Android category characters, with Cold Judgment or Tough as Nails, that certainly would help this unit be way more impactful, right? Like, I don't know, like if the tech androids or Int 19 and 20 had Tough as Nail or Cold Judgment, both characters would get like a significant power upgrade. The 12 key multiplier is 140%. In terms of EZAs, I guess there's potentially Physical Future Gohan, and then of course in Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Both of those, this unit, you know, if the guard procs, they'll be working pretty well in there. Then right here, they're on a couple of category teams. They're on the Android Cell Saga team, which has now gotten just a ton of buffs. Basically, ever since this Trunks, the LR Trunks Super Battle Road Award came out, they've been doing a lot of Dokkan Fests. I mean, we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dokkan Fests in less than the last year related to the Android Cell Saga, right? Then we also have the Android category team that they're a part of, which is definitely looking a lot better after this celebration right here. They're also over here on the Join Forces category team, which has got just so many interesting options for sure. And then finally, they're on the Target Goku category team. So let me know what you guys think of Android 16 and 18. I actually definitely do feel a bit better about them upon using them, especially seeing that guard potentially proccing. I like it. I foresee a lot of deaths in my future in, like, you know, Omega Red Zone, Broly Red Zone, and stuff like that thanks to this unit. But, you know, maybe we could get some wins thanks to this unit. It all depends on the guard proccing or not, right? Another one of these, like, guard RNG characters. If it activates, they're incredible. If it doesn't activate, you're done. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.